Do you want to do the at least trend?
You sure about this? You're not gonna get mad?
No, not at all.
Right, you go first.
At least I have friends.
At least I have a job.
At least I didn't punch my pet bird.
At least I didn't sniff a bus seat.
At least I didn't fart into my grandpa's breathing machine.
At least I didn't eat a bowl of soup with my hands.
At least I didn't tell a homeless person he was Spider-Man because he had no way home.
At least I don't every man I talk to.
At least I'm not shorter than 6 foot as a man.
At least I'm not 6 feet horizontally as a woman.
At least my father doesn't drink 24 ounces of mustard a week.
At least a rowboat can support me.
At least I don't have a toxic girlfriend.
At least I don't cause earthquakes when I walk.
At least I didn't get caught scratching my bum and then smelling it.
At least my family doesn't have a poop knife.
At least my dad doesn't ignore me.
At least I didn't lie about my name when we first met.
At least I don't like Taylor Swift.
At least I don't have the body shape of Lizzo.
At least I don't smell bad.
At least I don't have a weird-ass looking chocolate starfish.
At least I don't have crippling mommy issues and pass away at the thought of being called a good boy.
At least I didn't get kicked out of the house for 5 months when I was 11.
At least I don't go for women in their 70s.
At least my mom didn't commit